Alright, Shabbat Shalom, December 4th, 2021. This is part 1 of Revelation chapter 9. This is going to be a two-part because there's things I want to really explain in here. It may be a one part if I can get through the concepts that's going on here, but I want to give you the keys so that you'll know what is going on. Verse 1 is talking about a leader, okay? There are messengers, leaders who are in control of armies, governments, organizations, so on and so forth. Okay. Um, the bottomless pit, right? And it's not the word bottomless is kind of, let's just say it's an open pit that don't have no end to it. Okay, it's just one end to the other. Okay. um, when he looked at it, it was when you gotta remember that what John is seeing is future things or technology in this, especially in this chapter, that there was no conceptual idea that the masses knew. Okay, there was no drone technology. There wasn't no helicopters and no tanks and everything running around. They had primitive technology of this nature, but nothing scaled up to what we see now. Okay, that's why he's describing these things in a term uh, in which he will be familiar with at that time. Okay, but now we have the knowledge and we have the technology to see what he was talking about then and correlated to what is going on now. Okay, verse 2 is either a helicopter swarm or a drone swarm. Okay, either one, helicopter or drone swarm. I'm leaning towards the helicopter swarm because the helicopters today have what is called sidewinders, uh, um, advanced weapon systems. Okay, that's what it's called, advanced uh, weapons systems. All right, sidewinders, stingers, um, uh, surface to air missiles. This is what Apache helicopters, which is one of the top helicopters that all other helicopters are really based around the Apache helicopter. Okay, if you ever see a decorated Apache helicopter, on it they usually decorated with some menacing teeth on it. You should look that up. Apache helicopter, decorated Apache helicopter. Okay, he is describing a swarm. If you ever seen helicopters up in the air, okay, as they're coming, they look like a swarm. Okay, look up helicopter swarm, look up drone swarm. This is what he is describing, what he is seeing. We also know that this is that technology because uh, it is commanded to sting those who have not God's seal. So this is a reversal. Um, that the technology that the devil has built up, that the devil has made man to build up, is now being used against them. This is how God recompenses the wicked. He recompenses the wicked with their own devices. Okay, that's what is done. They'll be tormented for 5 months. And then this swarm that is being described, these locusts that are being described, do not harm grass or food production. Okay, so we know because it's a natural thing. The locusts would not be uh, um, natural locusts would not be um, helpful to a situation if they're not feeding on grass, okay? Because they die quickly, all right? So that's how they continue to feed off them. They're not going to be feeding off of men. It says that they'll be stung, So this is how we know this is also a military craft. Okay, death will be removed. We know that the Messiah has already conquered death. Colossians 2:15. So at this time, because at this time, um, during the time of the sealing of the saints of God, which is in between this time and this time, during this time, the sealing of the saints of God will be sealed during the fifth seal. Okay, during that time, the transition we will be going into eternity. Once the seal of God is being placed on his people, they will be going into eternity. Those who are allowed to continue on. Okay, so that's why death will flee from everyone, because the sealing, the choosing, the angels are going around marking those who are going to die, who are going to live, and the sealing brings forth eternity. Okay, or the sealing gives you right to eternal life. Okay, it shows the angels that you have the right for eternal life. The description shows that they have whirling hair like a woman. When a woman does that like a hair, okay, that's what he's seeing. We see that on helicopters. Teeth as lions. You should look up those. The hair was like a blade. Okay, a blade whirling the hair like a blade, cutting. Also, they were decorated in regalia. Um, if you ever seen old horses, old battle horses, they would have on full regalia. Some of them, not all the horses, but they would have on full regalia. You should look that up. Full regalia horses, okay? You should look that up. Usually they have a skirt on, and they have horns. Some have jewelry. You know, these are full regalia horses. It's the same. What is done now is that they paint the helicopters now. Okay, Stinger missiles, um, full regalia or painted horses or painted locusts. Uh, what else? What else is in the chapter? And death being removed. So you should look up helicopter horde, drone swarm, Stinger missiles. Um, yeah, you should look up those things so that you can see these things in its sense now, what they are, what's being described here. All right. Um, but this doesn't transpire until you get to the fifth trumpet. Okay. During the fifth seal, we'll be going into eternity, being sealed. The fifth, sixth, and seventh seal bring about the trumpets. After the sixth seal, planet 7X will be pushing through this time. Now, some say that it will take a year, 6 months to a year, for the planet 7X to push through the atmosphere. Okay, and then we see in those trumpets how you have a meteor shower, um, falling stars, the sun and the moon is darkened. This is weather, atmospheric changes. And the only thing that can darken out the sun and the moon is another planet. Okay? That's the only thing that can darken out the sun and the moon. But we'll get to that soon. Okay? The only thing I want you to get from Revelation 9 is that this is about a horde of helicopters, military equipment. Okay? That's what it's talking about. Till the next time, or to the next video, that's Revelation chapter 9. Shalom.